Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chung. We're just gonna get into these hot topics because baby, they're hot. First of all, do you know this man? This is Aaron Goodwin. I am not familiar with Aaron until last night. This lady right here is his wife when she was free. This is her now, getting ready to serve a 7-year sentence because she did an unaliving for hire more than once to unalive her husband. So I don't watch like Discovery for stuff like this, but Aaron has a show, Ghost Adventures House Calls, on Discovery, where him and 2 or 3 other guys go to all these different crazy houses and ghosts and spirits are in them and they try to cast them out or film, whatever. That's what he does, right? I mean, the man is on television. Hold on. He was in court devastated. He said, I will never be able to be comfortable or just feel safe around you. And then she crying to me, I didn't mean to do it. Y'all, she had paid, I don't know how you do this because I don't know nothing about prison. But the way it was written is that she had paid someone who was doing triple life court, triple life sentence, right? $11,000 plus to unalive her husband because she did not want to get a divorce. He said that he knew she was cheating on him. He was willing to work it out or just leave. And I guess because he's on television, he's doing so well because she cheated, and I'm sure there's evidence. She knew she wouldn't get anything, so she was trying to get him on out of here so she could get the money. Now she's going to be serving 7 years. That's tough. That's crazy. Let's keep it in the courthouse for right now. I know that if Kelly had any indication that Milk Dud right here would have been putting her through what she's going through, she would have never looked at him twice. She looks beautiful right here. Child, he is suing Bravo for $200 million on a defamation lawsuit at ABUSC because he said that they portrayed him on the show as basically a deadbeat. You know, he don't pay for stuff. But we can pull the court documents and find out that you got arrested at a court hearing for child support that you were not paying. And he was saying, you know, with all the stuff that she was saying about him and the kids and everything, he was like, they're going to have to pay me. But I'm going to tell you something. This man is trying to ruin this woman's life. Because one thing about Bravo, if they feel like it's anything with the courts, they're going to put a pause on it. He is trying to ruin her life. This is so sad. Like, it's so sad when men just can't get up, sit in it, and move on. The woman is raising your children and allegedly you're not doing anything. Get a job or get involved. This could be a great court story, all depending on whose side you're on. Shout out to Melody Cherie. She has won a couple of cases in court here lately. We talked about this on live, and Mel has sole custody of the children. Mel and Martell have joint custody. Mel is basically running the show now when it comes to the kids. They even threw out the once a week situation. So I don't know where his visitation is. It could be for, the first, third, and fifth. I don't know. But when they said that Martell didn't show up, when the paperwork said he didn't show up to the reunion, I heard a lot of people talking, oh my God, how can I? That did not shock me, right? I don't know what Martell has in his bank, and I'm not about to sit here and pretend like I do. But what I do know is that something that important, even though his lawyer was there to speak for him, as someone said on the live last night, nothing is better than you coming and showing up for your kids. But if you need to make a living so Mel won't be on your heels, you're going to be at the reunion. He probably had no choice. I'm sure they probably could have changed the date. I think Carlos may do anything for Martell. So I wouldn't see why he wouldn't do that. Martell needed to change, so he got to go to work. Just that's the story of what we do every day unless we hit the lottery. You don't go to work, you don't get paid. Let's keep going. Congratulations, man. Do y'all know who this is? This is Kevin McCall. This is Eva's baby daddy. She was on Ricky Smile and she was talking about how, they were dating and she got pregnant, right? She said there was no love there, anything like that. And then she was talking about how he had put his hands on her. And she said, one time what was the straw that broke the camel's back for her is that she had Marley in her arms. She said, I just can't do this. Kevin McCall. Well, now Kevin is sitting over here on a podcast with his head between his knees crying because he's using an EBT card. You see how God works? Like, I'm telling you, you got to try him. You got to do the right thing. We all are trying to walk a straight line, but if you put in the intention, I think he will help you. But when you act up like this, baby, he was crying. And then he wants to say Chris Brown could pay him the $25,000 for them 4 songs to get him straight. And then I saw who was that? Young Dro? It was somebody. It was a rapper. Said he was going to send him the $25,000 that he needed. Right? But this is what Chris had to say. Remember this. You can't walk across a burnt bridge. And you know what's funnier than a troll? A broke one. And then Adrien Broner has taken a toxic test. Only honest acts. And you can have up to 5, top to bottom. I had to cover these last 2 up because it's just too ridiculous. I took the test myself, but that's my business. Child, the first question is, who gave you the best bang bang of your life? Girl, Britt Edie is number 4. Shout out to Britt Edie. Take this test. Take this test. You definitely gonna go back down memory lane, and you definitely gonna tickle yourself, and you're gonna get a little mad because you understand what I'm talking about when you're going down this test. Let's keep going. Okay. Mia, if you are looking at this, I just want to know. It's not my business, but I want to know how this came to be. I really want to know. I love Mia. Mia is living her best. Mia and Neo are 2 people for me right now in the world living their best life, for real. Because they are doing what the hell they want to do. But I want to know, how did you and Bobby get together? I just want to know that. Did somebody hook y'all up? Was it somebody sliding in the DMs? Did you meet at Publix? Is this somebody you were a fan of? You always wanted to meet him. You loved his music. I just, that's it. If I could just know the answer to that, I won't worry about anything else. Don't you want to know the answer to that? I don't know how she does it. I don't know. First of all, if you don't know who this is Kim Zolciak. I know. I know, child. Kim has moved into a $300,000 home after the other one has been put up for foreclosure, and she and Croy had to move out. So when Croy put out their heartfelt story, I told y'all Kim was going to come back with something else. She didn't come back with a house. And Kim has been subpoenaed, probably in a divorce, because the man that she fooling with, his wife want to know about them gifts that she didn't got. And this could be one of them gifts, a $300,000 home, because what is Kim doing? Shout out to Lipstick Alley for putting this stuff out here by Keiarna Stewart from the Real Housewives of Potomac. Child, they said Keiarna was not in Angel's wedding, her friend of 20 years. Then right here it said Keiarna Stewart taken to court over unpaid rent, does not own med spa, history of tax debts. And then down here they talking about she a felon and arrest on 19 criminal charges. Whoo, child, I'll be back.